So I'm sorry I don't have my stylus today, but hopefully we can still understand what I'm doing here. First of all, 9 times 1 to the 10th is the same as just 9 times 9. Sorry, 9 times 10, which is equal to 90. 8 times 1,000 is fairly straightforward. 8 times 1,000 is 8,000. 5 times 10 squared, or 10 to the second power, means 5 times 10 times 10. Well, 10 times 10 is 100. So 5 times 100 is 500. And 2 times 10 to the fifth, well, just like 10 squared is, or 10 to the second power is a 1 with two zeros behind it, or 100, 10 to the fifth power is really 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros behind it, or 100,000. So 2 times 100,000 is 200,000. In a computer, you don't normally type it in with a comma, which is why I don't put it in. So 200, and then 1, 2, 3 zeros behind that, 200,000. I'm gonna, for the sake of you being able to see it, I'll put the comma in, but when you type it in, you generally don't have to. So 200,000. So it's a 2 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros behind it. For this next set, set B, it says, can you find the value of the digit by its place in a number? Write the number name and tell the value of the underlying digit. So the name of the number here is 9,000,009. 9,000,009. Okay, because there's a 9 in the millions place and a 9 in the ones place with nothing in between. Now the value of the digit in that first spot is 9,000,000. So 9, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The value is 9,000,000. The second number, the place value right here is 485 million. So 485 million. And I spelled 100 wrong, but who doesn't make a mistake once in a while? Nothing in the 100,000s, nothing in the 10,000s, but there is a 2 in the thousands place. So 985,000,000 2,000. Okay, and the number that's underlined is in the 10 millionths place, so that is worth 80 million. Okay, I put the commas in for you to be able to see every three place values, but if you'd write it in a computer, you just write an 8 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros behind it. Next number is, excuse me, let's expand this. I'm sorry for the awkwardness because I don't have my stylus today. This is 25,678. Okay. The number that's underlined is the 5, which is in the thousandths place. So its value is 5,000. And this number is 17,874,000. So to write it out would be 7 17,874,000. And the number one that's underlined is in the 10 millions place, so it would be 10 million. That would be the place value of that number. So once again, I apologize, I don't have the stylus. All right. Write the word and is in, sorry, write the word and is written for the decimal point. So they want you to use the word and to represent the part that goes for the decimal point. So how can we write 0.044 as a fraction? So as a fraction, that would be 44 over 1,000. So 44 thousandth, right? Actually, I'll write it this way because it kind of looks weird without the fraction bar up and down. So 44 over 1,000. How are the values of the two fours related in 4, yeah, let's take a step back, in 44 thousandth? Well, this 4 here is 10 times bigger than the second 4, or you can say that the second 4 is 1/10 as big. So the first 4, let me write this as as a sentence. Once again, I apologize for the amount of time this is taking. It's kind of awkward to be doing this without a stylus, only a mouse. So the first 4 is 10 times larger than the second 4. Or you can say the second 4 is 1/10 the 1/10 of the value of the first 4. Okay. Write each number in standard form. So 8 and 59 hundredths. So 8 would go before the decimal place, so 8 ones, and 59 hundredths, well, 2 decimal places is the hundredth, so 8 and 59 hundredths is also known as 8.59. 7 and 3,000. So 7 and 3,000ths would be 7, and as our decimal point. 3,000 would be 003 with 3 in the thousandth place. And finally, the last one, 3 plus 2 times 1/10 plus 4 times 100th. So 3 goes in our ones place, and 2 goes in our tenths place. Do we have anything in the hundredths place? We do not, so we put a 0 there. And we have 4 in the thousandth place, so this would be 3 and 204,000, or 3.204. I'll make these just a little bit bigger so you can see them, but hopefully this all is at least clear enough for you to see. Now for set C, in order to compare these, you want to go out as many decimal points as needed. So this is 0.584 and this is 0.58, which I'm going to just write in another 0 so we can compare these. So we are comparing 584 thousandths, versus 580 thousandth. Well, clearly 584 is bigger than 580, so the greater than symbol goes there. Next one is 9 and 327 thousandths versus 9 and 236 thousandths. Well, what's bigger is the 327 versus 236, so once again, that's the bigger number. Here, 5.2 is the same as 5.20, or 5 and 20 hundredths, versus 5 and 20 hundredths. These two numbers are equal to each other, so we would say that these two are equal. For the next one, 5 and 643 thousandths versus 5 and 675 thousandths. What's bigger, 643 or 675? The answer is 675. So the open mouth would go to the right side. So this is 5 and 643 thousandths is less than 5 and 675 thousandths. And this is 7 hundredths versus 8 hundredths. Clearly, 8 hundredths is going to be the bigger number. All right, once again, I hope these were easy enough to see. Greater numbers here, greater numbers there. These two are equal. Greater number here, greater number there. Once again, I apologize for not having a stylus. All right, so now, for this, remember rounding numbers means replacing it with a number that tells you about how much or how many or how much. Read each number to the place, round each number to the place of the underlined digit. So here, the underlined digit is in the tenths place. We look what's right after it, and it is a 4. So because it's a 4, we would keep this at the same place value. So this would be 10 and 2 tenths, or 10.2. The next one, the rule is, well, we're rounding to the tenths place, 0.145. Well, after the 4 is a 5, so do we keep it a 4? Do we raise it up to a 5? We would raise this up to a 5, so the answer would be 0.15, or 15 hundredths. Next one, actually I should have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, going kind of out of order. 13.023, after the 2, we would round what? We look for the 3 that's afterwards. Well, 3 would mean I would round this down, or, basically keep it as a 2. So this would round to 13.02, or 13 and 2 hundredths. Here, the place value we are looking to round is in the tens place, so this is a 3 afterwards, so 73 rounded to the tens place would just be, would it go up to 80 or stay 70? Well, it would stay a 70. This is an interesting one. We have to round the tenths place, but because this is a 9 followed by a 9, this 9 would go up to the next digit, which is a basically a 0, and would turn this into a 4. So this would be 4.0, or 4 and 0 tenths. So I wrote that 0 tenths after the decimal because it asks us to round to that tenths place. The next one is 45.398. After the 3 is a 9, which means I would round the 3 up to a 4. So this is 45.4, or 45 and 4 tenths. Once again, I apologize for not having my stylus to write this. Okay. Each grid is part of a decimal number chart. Write the missing numbers to complete the grids. Well, left and right we are counting by hundredths. So if this is 14 hundredths, this one would be 13 hundredths, and to the left of that would be 12 hundredths, 0.12. And in the rows, we would be counting by tenths. So 14 hundredths, 1/10 more than that is 24 hundredths. 1/10 more than that would be 34 hundredths. All right, in this number 2, I would start with 0.87, counting to the left. This would be 1/100th less, so 0.86 or 86 hundredths. Here would be 85 hundredths. Here would be 84 hundredths. To the right of 0.87 or 87 hundredths is 0.88, which is 88 hundredths. So 84 hundredths, 85 hundredths, 86 hundredths, 87 hundredths, 88 hundredths. Now above the 88 hundredths would be a tenth less than that, would be 78 hundredths. And above that would be 68 hundredths. So 0.68. Above the 84 hundredths, a tenth less than that would be 74 hundredths, and a tenth less than that would be 64 hundredths. Now you may notice a little pattern here. In the tenths place, I have 6, 7, 8. I have 6, 7, 8. In the ones place, here's all fours, 5, 6, 7, and in the hundredths place, I have 8s here. So I hope this helped you for the test. Once again, I'm sorry I do not have my stylus to write with.